Yeah. Boom. Yeah. Welcome to the Basement Show podcast.
It's a little short, baby.
What do we got today, T? I'm so excited.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't take much, I'm telling you.
No.
Cup of coffee and a slap in the mouth. I'm good to go. That's right.
Please let me do the slap.
Oh, absolutely. There's a reason why we've been best friends for this long. Multiple slaps. Horse.
Oh, I get the benefit of slapping you in the face.
That's right.
Okay, famous rivalries. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Boston Red Sox versus New York Yankees.
Ooh.
I can attest personally to the passion, shall we say,
Man.
that people have for this rivalry.
I would call it violent passion.
It is a violent passion.
It can be a violent passion.
Before we get into this, I used to work in Boston, and I had, well, I still kind of do, a pretty decent-sized hat collection.
Absolutely.
One of the hats I had was a lovely New York Yankees hat, and it wasn't because I liked the team. I just liked the hat.
Yeah, you do the thing with the hats that go with the sneakers. That's your style, though. That's
I'm a fashion icon.
You are. You're a fashionista, and you didn't even have to go to TJ Maxx. So look at you now.
TJ Maxx.
That's right.
So I would wear occasionally my Yankee hat, and the amount of negative attention that I would get from people. I had people throw things at me.
Yeah.
I would get yelled at on the subway.
Yep.
Stuff like that. It's
Remember you came home one afternoon, you were all upset. I'm like, we're fitting a ride on these people. We're going in town.
Yeah. It just gets very bad. So if you're ever visiting Boston and you have a Yankee hat on, expect it.
Expect it.
Expect it.
coming
But
your way.
it works both ways, because
does.
if people in New York hear you from Boston, they'll be like, Sox suck,
Yep.
that kind of stuff. So
That's right.
But having said that, now let's
get
find out why.
Yeah, let's get into this rivalry.
Not years, not even decades. It has been almost a century since the iconic rivalry between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox started.
Go Sox.
Leave the baseball world. The Yankees versus Red Sox rivalry is probably the oldest rivalry in the entire sporting world.
I would say you're correct.
Laden with a rich history of competition, conflict, and many championships, there is an unmistakable charm to this rivalry.
Yes.
I don't know that I would say charming,
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't use that word.
there are differing opinions on when the Yankees-Sox rivalry began. But the two teams first faced off on April 26, 1901.
Man, alive.
Yeah, dog.
Woo. Sweaty uniform.
Because it was probably made of tweed.
Right. Get your tweet on.
Burlap sack.
Burlap sacks and a baseball bat. Here we go.
During the inaugural year of the American League, the Yankees were then known as the Orioles and played in Baltimore, and the Red Sox were known as the Boston Americans.
Yep.
In 1903, the Yankees moved to New York and were called the New York Highlanders. There can only be one Highlander. The Boston, New York version of the rivalry began on May 7th, 1903. When the Americans faced the Highlanders.
Oh.
But some say that rivalry didn't truly begin until 1938, when both teams were actually competitive. The Yanks were defending champions, and the Red Sox were winning games in the league as well. The Boston Red Sox enjoyed a lot of success in the early years of the MLB and the World Series. They won the inaugural Fall Classic in 1903 as the Americans. They then changed their name to the Red Sox in 1908 and won 4 World Series titles between 1912 and 1918. But this is where the team's fortunes would change with an ill-fated move.
Yes.
Bum, bum, bum. I need a button that does that.
We
Bum,
need a
bum,
bum,
bum.
bum, button.
The Red Sox agreed on a deal to sell two-way icon Babe Ruth to the Yankees on the 26th of December in 1918.
Pardons. And now for the final crowning touch to this cake. Take a bite.
Regret. Yeah.
This is the color of regret. Then Red Sox owner Harry Frazee needed the money and was unwilling to pay Ruth the salary he wanted. In response to that, the Yankees offered him a $100,000 deal he could not refuse.
No way.
The Babe Ruth Yankees deal is considered one of the worst deals in MLB history. This is because of the adverse impact it had on the Red Sox and the legendary curse that afflicted them. After selling Babe Ruth, the Bo Sox suffered an 86-year title drought between 1986 and 2003.
That's right.
Not winning a single World Series. This drought is aptly called the Curse of the Bambino.
That's right.
Named after Ruth, who was nicknamed the Bambino. During the 86-year period, the Red Sox made 4 World Series appearances. They lost every one of them before finally breaking the curse miraculously in 2004. But the Yankees, on the other hand, thrived during that period, winning 4 World Series titles during Ruth's tenure with the team. 2004 was a massive year, for the Yankee and Red Sox rivalry. Both teams had a great regular season record and made the postseason. But the rivalry reignited during a regular season game in July of that year. Here we go. On July 24th, the Yankees took a 3-0 lead by the third inning. The then Yankee slugger, Alex Rodriguez, came to bat against Bo Sox pitcher Bronson Arroyo. The righty hurler threw an inside pitch on a 1-1 count and hit A-Rod on the elbow.
Ow.
The Yankee star was unhappy and made that very clear.
Yeah.
The Red Sox catcher Jason Varitek told Rodriguez to take his base. A-Rod turned around and the two exchanged words before Varitek swung at the Bombers' star infielder. This sparked a brawl as both benches cleared.
Baseball brawl.
Oh, love
Rushing the mound.
Love it.
Come on.
This incident ignited fire as both teams sped to the playoffs. The Yankees and Red Sox won their respective division series and set up a massive ALCS clash. The Bombers, which they nicknamed the Yankees, in case you're wondering what that's all about, won the first 3 games of the series comfortably, with many thinking the series was over. But the Red Sox narrowly won games 4 and 5 of the series in 12 and 14 innings respectively, before taking game 6 as well. Is it common for games to go 14 innings? That seems like a very long game.
Well, I think 9 innings for a regular baseball game, I think. Yeah,
okay.
So
We
we don't watch baseball, you and I.
we don't.
But this is a rivalry that can't be
It is a
ignored.
rivalry, yes. Yeah. The Bo Sox then did the unthinkable, winning Game 7 of the ALCS and reaching the World Series for the first time since 1986.
Reverse the curse, kid.
They became the first and still only team to overcome a 3-0 deficit in postseason. This was capped off with a 4-0 sweep over the St. Louis Cardinals to break the curse of the Bambino by winning the 2004 World Series.
Amazing.
If asked, both Yankees and Red Sox fans would call this the greatest rivalry in Major League Baseball history without hesitation.
Right.
We don't even enjoy baseball, and we'll tell you.
And even we know. Yeah, so there's that.
But it's hard to say it conclusively with so many rivalries across the league. The Yankees-Red Sox rivalry has seen some iconic moments and some true legends of the game. Furthermore, it contains more than a century's worth of memories, emotions, and intense competition.
That's what makes it so beautiful.
So, we have hit the 7th inning stretch. Be sure to hit the bell. To be notified when we drop new mediocre content. And if you're feeling generous, steal third and like, share, and subscribe.
That's right.
We are off to grab a Gatorade in the dugout. But we will be back next week with a full episode, Ryan.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be so good. You know why? Because
Why?
we're going to hit a grand slam.
Oh!
Love it.
Like the breakfast.
That's right. Ooh, that sounds good. Let's go. Yes. Yes.